have you and here's what we got going on.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Port City Airsoft, everyone. Or I guess Port City Podcast.
Port City Podcast, yeah.
But we are Port City Airsoft.
Maybe paintball one day.
We're here with episode
No, definitely
45 of the Port City Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have a pretty casual episode. We're
Pretty chill, pretty cool.
You know, we've been kind of trying to shorten our podcast length, kind of make the content a little more compact for those of you who watch who don't really have time for a long episode, and for those of you who are watching this just for the informational purposes. But today we're kind of getting back to talking about some of the projects we have going on. You know, I think earlier on in the show we spent a lot more time. Dang, dude. All right.
That wasn't in the microphone though, so
I told him he has to stop burping right into the microphone because when I'm editing,
eardrums.
I can't. It just shakes my brain. I can't handle it. And I was like, if I'm editing and it rocks my noggin, anyone listening is not gonna like the direct, straight to the eardrum burp. So,
but they're so powerful.
They
What am
are,
I supposed to do with them?
anyways, but earlier on in the podcast, we kind of spent more time talking about what's going on. I feel like we kind of have gotten away from that, trying to shorten the length of our episodes and make them a little more compact and informational. But today, we're just gonna go over some stuff that we're working on in 2024. Some of the things that we're excited for. These are mostly just personal projects, things that we're working on, but we wanted to share it with you guys because we thought, maybe you can relate.
Yeah.
Maybe you have some advice for us. Maybe you've done this before. So, we've always wanted to be a resource for the airsoft community, but that goes both ways. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
We want to know what you're thinking. We want to know what you're working on. Comment down below if you've got some cool projects.
It's like in school when, the teacher would be like, everyone pay attention because someone else may ask a question that you also have.
Yeah.
It's that.
Yeah, it's that. But we're asking the question.
Well, we're asking the questions. We're asking the questions.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to go back and forth, or do you want me to go through my list and then you go through yours, or? We kind of typed it up separately, but I don't want to talk for the whole time.
Well, I mean, if you just want to start, well, I'll kind of jump in.
Okay.
And we'll go.
We'll work through this. We'll try to get. I've got a lot of stuff going on, mainly because I have several different blasters that I've kind of been working on, which honestly is kind of a detriment to me because I feel like you focus on one thing and you get that one done and then you move on, and I'm just like all over the place. Like
you say that, but when you see what I got going on, I mean, I got a few balls in the air.
I guess that's true. Yeah,
I got a few.
For a while, it was primarily you were.
What other things do jugglers juggle? Right, flaming bowling pins,
chainsaws.
I got a few
babies.
chainsaws in the air. Babies in the air. Don't tell Child Protective Services that.
Yeah, I don't have any, dude.
I don't have any babies.
Yeah, I have just the one baby, Sandy.
Sandy baby,
the menace to this house. She acts like she pays rent here,
and she does.
Just
she
stinking
pays
up the litter box.
She pays rent in her poops.
She likes to get up here and rip off the patches and just like run away with them. It's so frustrating. But, yeah, let's.
So yeah,
we'll hop right into it. All right,
go, dude. Go. Tell us about it.
So I have mine here. So this right here, this bad boy, I just picked this up from a friend. I have been wanting. Some of you guys who watch may know. I've been wanting a gas blowback AK for just about forever.
Yeah.
I don't know if this. Would this be an AKM? I actually don't know the difference between a 74 and an AKM.
I think I also don't.
So if you guys know, please tell me.
But it definitely looks like an AK.
It does. It's some form of AK. ... Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, definitely. But anyways, I am bad about I won't buy myself stuff. really, if it clears the $300 mark, dude, I'm not spending money on it. And that's, I think the only purchase I've really ever made, the only two big purchases I've ever made outside of like if I have to buy a new car because, my old one just dies, which I've done that once.
Yeah.
Like I ride everything I have, I use it until it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, with Airsoft, get more into the trading, buying, selling, kind of treating it more like how I did with my Magic the Gathering stuff. It's just like I hang on to these cards while I'm using them. I take good care of them. I sell them to pay for my next thing.
Yeah.
And so I kind of decided I am going to wait until I graduate college in the spring, and once I get a new job and I'm full time, I will treat myself to an AK platform that I really like. And I was going to go with the LCT electric blowback. And I know there's a lot of people who say, oh, the electric blowbacks aren't that great. They break really easy. So I was consulting a friend of mine who is very wise in the way of LCT. And he was basically like, yeah, I wouldn't bother with the electric blowback. The regular AEG's great. They're awesome. And I was telling him, I want a gas blowback, but I don't think I'll ever spend the money on it. And he basically was like, well, I'm selling my GHK gas blowback. And I was like, oh, that's sick, dude. But I couldn't. I couldn't afford it. There's no way. And he basically was just like, I'll tell you what, dude. I got this for a sick deal on a trade for way less than it's worth. I will sell it to you for less than it's worth. So I got like a steal on this thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to pick it up.
It is killer.
Even though I wasn't ready to spend the money, I had to get
that's one of those deals where it's like, I have to do this right now, even though like
I'm not quite ready. So it's already got a like $100 like third party like aftermarket hop-up unit in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I haven't actually looked at the internals of this thing yet. No,
it's a little rotary.
Dang,
but
AK style rotary hop-up?
It is awesome, and it's still got a little bit of stuff I got to do to it. I'm gonna get a upgraded nozzle. It's like $40 to get one with a adjustable set screw to control the pressure, and basically just like the joules and the FPS. So this is what I'm working on right now. It's probably going to be sometime later in 2024 before I have it fully operational.
A fully operational AK.
And that's mainly just because I got to spend $40 on the
nozzle,
and then the mags are like $60 a piece.
What else are you planning to do? Are you planning on adding anything to it? Or are you just going to keep it bare bones?
I think just the nozzle and running it just bare bones. It doesn't have a dovetail mount, and I don't feel like replacing the dust cover because I genuinely just I like it.
Yeah,
I want it to be just wood furniture, classic looking.
Yeah, I mean, in that respect, I would say just keep it normal. You could get an adapter for the rear sight to put an optic on there. But still, I like it so much. No, I get you.
So my plan currently is to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run that for a while. My goal is to, before I have any major issues with it, while it's still worth something.
Yeah.
Eventually, I am going to try to sell or trade the full kit once I have enough mags for it and I've got the nozzle installed and all that, to get a Daytona kit for my RPK. Right,
I'll keep that in mind.
What? Oh, you had to trade it? So that's
crazy, dude. I've got a Daytona kit for an RPK. Just like chilling here.
But that's what this is going to be. And this is an LCT RPK. It's the NV or whatever. It's got the classic wood furniture. I got the bipod. I've got the custom...
Dude, the custom clown horn, dude.
Clown
these fools.
So that's what that's going to go towards. I have...
People were enjoying that at Rev, by the way.
Oh, yeah, dude. People love this thing.
People would stop us and be like, can I honk your horn?
Yeah, dude.
Like, you got to buy me dinner first.
I always tell them, be my guest.
Oh. I was going to say $20.
No, dude, I want people to enjoy the clown horn. That's what it's there for.
You think you just get to honk my horn for free in a capitalist society?
I should have started charging Adam for it.
You should have. You should have.
1 Atom.
1 Atom, dude.
Dude, that's
1 Atom
that's
per honk.
smart.
That's
I'm
a
too
racket.
Generous. I'm too generous.
You're just giving away honks,
free,
dude. That thing's got a finite amount of honks.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
You're just giving them.
It technically does. Eventually, it will stop honking.
There you go.
It'll break one day.
1 Atom per honk.
So that is my pride and joy right there, the RPK. I have a on the way this Christmas.
This Christmas.
Noveski EMG. I think it's EMG. I know it's Noveski license.
Noveski makes it.
But it's a tracer amplifier combo because I want the thing to be louder. It's already loud.
It's pretty
already
loud.
Louder than most AEGs, and it's got a super long barrel. Performs beautifully. I'm gonna throw. I know it doesn't really fit the vibe of the RPK to have like a
huge deal.
It's like that big, like a little suppressor on the end of it looking thing. But I want it to be loud, and I want to run. I'm gonna mix tracer BBs with my regular BBs so that it's like every few shots, it's like a, you know,
1 in 5.
So that's kind of where the direction I'm going with that is. I do want it to eventually be with that amplifier and a Daytona kit. With the gas blowback stuff, it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be loud, and scary with those tracers.
Yeah, no, it will be.
That's the goal. People are already terrified of it. People are already like, when I take it out to play, dude. As soon as
people see it, people see it and they're like, "Oh no!" And then they hear it and then they're like, "No, hit."
I've never been a big
horn.
like quantity over quality because I love sniping. I've always been super like, even my M4 I run like a DMR.
But there's a science to it, right?
But after I bought that, I was like, I don't know if I can not lean either. Like it's either I'm taking this sniper out to do like precision stuff, or I am hosing people down with.
So you're not running your M4 ever.
I mean, unless it's in the DMR like configuration, basically with the suppressor and everything. So
I guess I gotta operate by myself.
That's what I got a pistol for, though.
I gotta go into these. I gotta clear
that's
these
why
buildings
you bought me
alone.
I also got this. Corbin got me a little scorpion as a Christmas gift. It's nice, dude. It shoots like how I imagine a real scorpion would, where it's like
about 20 feet.
About 20 feet, and then you just give up after that. But let me tell you, those 20 feet,
it'll do it.
It'll do it.
It will do it.
Does
it have a hop up?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's in the top. You pull the slide back. I'm kind of taking up a lot of time here. I'll go over my last item, and then I'll let you get into your biz. The last thing I'm doing is my real steel pistol that I use for a lot of like shooting competitions and drills and stuff is a Smith & Wesson M&P with a Hollow Sun like little RMR sight.
It's a solid setup. Good setup.
It's a nice setup. I love it. Shoots so smooth. I recently found out that Smith & Wesson makes an Airsoft M&P. So that's also on my Christmas list.
Dude, you said that real loud for a YouTube channel that the ATF is a proud sponsor of.
Yeah, it's legal. We're allowed to have those.
But listen, man, they don't want you training, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyways, I'm getting that so that I can train. Dude,
for now.
They don't gotta know, dude.
Dude, you put it on the podcast.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, I'm just messing.
You know, we're tight with the ATF. We're buddies, right?
Dude, so stupid.
They like us, right?
So dumb. Yeah.
Everyone
love
loves the
and
ATF.
all the decisions that they be making.
Dude, everybody loves them. Hey, if you guys love the ATF, make sure
you pick up one of our
ATF. You pick up one of our official
ATF
not official,
shirts.
unofficial.
Unofficial,
say
definitely
that.
not
Unofficial.
Not official.
Technically, the ATF shirts. See, the thing is, our ATF shirts aren't the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. It's the anti-fun agency.
Yeah, so it's different.
It's different. No relation.
No relation.
But yeah, so those are the kind of the big things I'm trying to work on this year. I'd love to do more, but money, and that's already going to be some of that's probably going to be another 2 or 3 years before I get everything finished.
Yeah. That Daytona kit's going to take some time.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time to Yeah. Anyway, you get it.
Yeah. And we've got some friends who are working on some big projects right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
they're gonna be. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but it's not. I was confused on the.
Yeah. We are going to have them on the podcast soon as a guest.
Yeah, at this point, we can't not.
Well, and so part of it too is we don't have an office space right now because.
So he'd be literally sitting right on the floor between the chairs.
We're trying to figure out how to. Also, we don't own another SM7B. So
we own other microphones, just not.
We're trying to figure out exactly what the best format for that is, but stay tuned for that because that's going to be sick. You guys are going to love that.
Yeah,
trust me.
You're going to love it.
I've taken up so much time.
You're good.
What I was afraid of. So
I mean,
you get into your stuff, dude.
All right. So here's the deal, right? I've got this AK, and I love it. I love this AK so much, dude.
Good.
And it looks good now, and it's getting there.
You
think of the AK?
You holding it.
Yeah.
In my mind, you know how when you like look up pictures in the dictionary?
Yeah. If you look up Corbin in the dictionary,
you're holding that.
Okay.
That
fair enough.
AK
I like that.
74U.
I do enjoy that because it feels right. It does feel right.
Yeah.
And I love running it. I've been running it pretty. I don't think I've used the M4 in Airsoft in months. A few months.
There's just something about those like other platforms.
Yeah, man.
Because you don't get to shoot those real. I can go shoot an AR.
I don't have access to a G3 real.
Yeah.
You know, but I do have Airsoft.
I will never own an RPK.
Dude, and I sorry, we talked about Rev last week, but I was just so proud of all of my gear for functioning as intended. I didn't have any issues with my gear other than the stock on my AK, which is something that I gotta replace. The side folding stock.
I bet you John could fix it instead of having to buy a new one.
And I have an idea for how I could fix the one that I have, but I also I'm looking at. I like the look of the triangle shape skeletal stock.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if there is another option because they have like those Zenitco looking side folders that are kind of cool, but I don't know if that's what I want for that, right? Yeah. And I know like I've got the Picatinny rail and everything, and the hand guard or the short hand stop for the front end and the suppressor and everything. So it's not like a classic looking AK anymore, but at the same time, I don't know if having that like a butt stock like that, you know, would look good on it, or if I should just keep the skeletal.
I like the skeletal.
I do too.
I think that's what's going to fit that particular setup the best.
It keeps the weight down.
But I mean, with your new handguard, you could probably get away with either.
I could. So that's kind of what I'm doing now is I'm trying to decide if I want to replace that or if I just want to fix the one. Maybe I replace the stock with a new skeletal stock, you know, just something a little bit sturdier. Because what it was, it's the the adapter and then the actual stock itself. So the adapter that hinges on the back of the AK, the stock itself is like welded with these little like tack welds onto the inside of that adapter, and that's what broke off. So right now it's gaff taped and Gorilla glued.
It worked, though.
And it worked.
I think John could fix that.
I think I have an idea. I could drill a hole straight through that and put a locking pin.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
You could also just get a little like
solder.
No, you could get like if you drilled a hole through it, you could get like a little nut and bolt, like a little small
rivet kind of thing,
and just like tighten it down.
I mean, I could rivet it in true AK fashion. But that would be a hard thing to rivet. Yeah, we'll figure something out for it. But that's part of it is figuring out the stock. With the handrail, most of my upgrades for that AK are gonna be external. So like a flashlight, a PEC 15, a mock PEC 15 for like batteries for recording. Because with Rev we got our recording set up.
Yeah.
So trying to make that
work, but
it does. I think having the PEC 15 would be good. So we could like put some batteries in there and whatnot. And then I don't know if I want to get a new suppressor.
We could make a battery backup that takes those. What are the big vape batteries? They use them in like gimbals and stuff as well. You know what I'm talking about?
They use them in flashlights and stuff too.
Yep.
Yeah.
We could literally wire up our own. Like we could 3D print a fake PEC 15 wire up to take those batteries.
So you just pop the thing, put those batteries in there, close it, and then you
just charge them and put them in, and there's an output to the. Yeah, that'd be easy.
That'd be easy to do. Yeah. Other than external stuff, I think I'm wanting to do the two things on the inside. I think I want to do are I need to replace the hop up with I want to do a rotary style, but I want to get metal, because I've got a metal hop up in my M4 right now, and it's doing it.
Yeah, I know. After you bought that, when Jeremy was hitting me up trying to figure out what he wants to do for his new HPA deal going on, I was like, well, if it can take a normal AEG style hop up, get this one.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it takes like a normal AEG hop up. So I sent him that one. That's just like a $20 Lancer.
Yeah, it was not expensive at all.
And it looks pretty too.
It looks good. It's gold.
So when you pull the slide back or the bolt like false,
the fake bolt
back, it you can see it in the side of it.
Yeah, it's very nice, very cool. So yeah, hop up for the AK, and I'm thinking I want to get a new trigger.
Okay.
The trigger on it is pretty good. I just think it could be a little bit shorter, especially since it's just a button press, and that would, I feel like, help with a little bit of like the RPM,
the responsiveness.
Yeah. I only run 7.4 through it. I'm too scared. Well, so actually, I'm not scared to run an 11.1. It's just that all the 11.1s that I have are too thick. They don't fit under the dust cover.
Yeah, you got to get like a...
So that would be my other reason for getting a bigger stock, is to put in bigger battery storage. What?
You know.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
You know, I could just rewire it to Dean's and you can run a Titan. But you don't have a MOSFET, though.
Do I need a MOSFET?
Yeah, so yes and no, right? So your MOSFET should be rated for like basically the MOSFET's just going to control how much power is actually going into the gearbox.
That's just in line with the battery, right?
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. So like the Zion Arms MOSFET is like internal to the gearbox. That's why it's like hard to to put one in after, because you have to be able to work on the gearbox. You have to be able to know how to disassemble that gearbox and make sure everything goes back in the right way.
Right.
Some MOSFETs I think are like external to the gearbox and you can put in line with the battery and all that. But I mean, I run that Titan 11.1 in my Valken.
RPK and all that. Oh, and your Valken.
Valken, yeah.
Well, the Valken has...
The Valken does have a MOSFET, doesn't it? Does it?
I
think it does, but it's not programmable.
I think it does have a MOSFET.
But this one I run an 11.1, but not Titan. I run a 11.1 Lancer.
I mean, honestly, and to be fair, the Titan battery is probably too big for the dust cover too.
Think so? It's like a stick.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
it's
like an AK stick battery.
But the
they make 7.4 Titans that are in Tamiya. And
we'll
it's
have to
stick
look at
battery.
It.
You could run that.
We'll just have to look at it.
Because that...
We got options.
Theoretically will increase the RPM because of the discharge rate on it, but I don't know about how much.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we'll take a look at it.
I didn't know if you had considered that.
No, you're good. I had not, so that is very helpful. As far as the AK goes, I think that's it. There's a few things that I wanted to do to the G3. It's mostly just I want to get a key mod, not a key mod, a M-lock. Sorry,
there you go.
M-lock. I know I put key mod on there, and I don't know why I did that. I want an M-lock rail for it. I'm realizing after having talked to a few people at Rev that had G3s with rails on them. Yeah. They all said they could not find anything Airsoft. They had to go real steel. So,
rip.
Dude, literally, LCT made their stuff too good.
Yeah. It's real.
And it's basically just real.
LCT basically just makes real. Yeah. And then puts a gearbox in it.
Yeah.
They go, here's a perfectly made real
G3, dude.
All right, now let me just take the internals
and put fake. So I want to do that.
It's a little different, but
it is a little different.
It is manufactured to a lot of the same standards with the steel and the furniture and all that.
So a rail, because I want handguards and flashlights on my tactical G3.
But shout out if you own real and you want furniture on the cheap, LCT.
LCT for real.
Now listen, I'm not responsible if something doesn't work.
Dude, my grips right now, they're covered in bed liner. They're coated in a thing of bed liner, but they're sturdy. They are solid.
Like, I would put this wooden furniture on a real
I would put my G3 furniture on a real G3.
Yeah, I would.
That would be
we are
sick.
Not liable if something weird happens. So, officially on record, don't mess with your real stuff. Dude. But if you are a avid real enthusiast,
Second Amendment
enjoyer, do some research for yourself. See how it is.
I would get a real G3, put my G3 grips from my Airsoft onto that, and then put all the real stuff on my Airsoft G3.
Yeah. Maybe that's what you have to do. Maybe it's just cheaper to buy a real G3 with M-Lock and then swap them.
God. Other than that, I think just a muzzle adapter. The G3 that I have came with a suppressor and came with a thread adapter for the suppressor, so it doesn't have like the classic bird cage looking thing. And I don't know if they make a quick detach suppressor for that, but if they did, I'd be interested. It's just gonna make the thing longer.
Different than the MP5 quick detach one, because they make MP5 suppressors in Airsoft.
That is a great question, because it's H&K, right?
Yeah, they're all H&K, but they're not licensed.
They're not licensed, but
they do make licensed H&K parts, though.
That's something we'll have to look into. You have a quick detach adapter on your MP5.
I have the adapter, but I don't have the suppressor.
But if your adapter fits on my G3,
yeah.
then it should theoretically work. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted.
We'll see. This is my favorite part of Airsoft too. It's just all the technical stuff.
I know. Your inspiration and you're getting a Airsoft version of your real pistol. I think I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah, you are, dude. Yeah,
I'm gonna be a Glock sucker, dude. I'm gonna get a Glock replica.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing it, because part of what I want to do with my overall kit is get a actual a good pistol setup, right? A good sidearm setup. Because right now I have an SSP1 and I have the Elite Force TAC 1911, but I never run them just because, one, I don't have a ton of mags for them.
Well, and you don't have a minimum engagement on your
I usually don't have a minimum engagement, but it would be nice to be able to, I would set one for myself, and then practice switching and transitioning and all that stuff.
You could just clear the houses with the pistol. It depends on how realistic you want to get, right? If you're using Airsoft for training purposes, you're probably going to get wrecked, in a house on a weekend game, using real tactics for the pistol, because those speed soft, weird, swivel peaks are
I'd do that in real life, dude. The amount that it works in Airsoft, I'd do it in real life.
I think if you're going to do it in real life, you have to basically get to the point where you're like Keanu Reeves, real, where you're not actually having to fully aim.
Yeah. But if you're,
when you the
think about what dry fire is,
who shoots a lot, real steel, will tell you, especially competition stuff, they will tell you those sights are there to teach you to put it where it needs to be, but evenally
you'll get to a point where you're not using them,
because what they teach you is when you're properly shooting, you're actually not looking at the sights. You're looking at your target.
Yeah.
The sights are there to help train you to get on target.
Yes.
Now, obviously, at long distances, all that stuff, scoped weapons,
at 15, 20 feet, dude, you're not lining up your sights.
They're there as a reference.
Yeah.
To get where you need to be. So I think it's doable. I think you could definitely do it. I think you could apply some of that.
I'm going to.
Yeah, at least in Airsoft.
If someone breaks into my house and I got to do an operate on them, I'm going to swivel peek that door because it works. Maybe not. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't.
Hey, listen, man.
If I know he's like right there, dude, I might just shoot through the wall.
If I ever die, you can have all the Airsoft stuff.
If you ever die.
If I ever die, man, you can have all my Airsoft stuff. What? I give that to you. Listen, I already told Walter he can have my Magic collection. You can have the Airsoft.
Okay.
Stuff.
I want your PC, actually.
I don't know, man. The PC, you know what I'm saying?
That's going in the coffin with you.
I got to write up my will, honestly, because I have it unofficially figured out. So it's everything I own will go to my wife, right?
My wife.
She'll keep it, except for my Magic collection that goes straight to Walter. If she cannot accept it because we're both dead or something else weird happens, it goes to the lag grabbers. Like the lag grabbers
get all your stuff,
all of my stuff to
distribute between.
They, as a council, must.
Does your family not get anything? No.
I mean,
they have like baby pictures.
Ezra is in the lag grabbers.
True. So. Caitlin is too, right?
I think technically yes.
Yeah, she's on the server.
To be in the lag grabbers, you have to have colored subtitles. If you have gray subtitles, you're not a lag grabber.
Oh yeah, she has colored. She's peach.
Yeah, so she's a lag grabber.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys don't know any of that.
Yeah, it's the bylaws of our gaming group.
That's our gaming group. I mean, you can find the content online. Shout out Coreyization.
Yeah,
you can go check out some lag grabber highlights. Funny. You look up the year in review videos. I think
5 hours was the last one. 5 hours.
Yeah, they're not all that long, but it's basically all of the highlights from the whole year. So
it is our highlights.
Yeah.
Well, I think, yeah. Other than like mag pouches and stuff, better mag pouches. That's kind of it. You know,
I do think when it comes to Airsoft. Oh, how long has the camera been like that?
That just happened.
Just now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it not recording anymore?
No, but we'll finish it out on audio. It's fine. We're at the end.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Don't know what happened.
Dude, we'll have to put up a funny picture of us again.
Yeah.
Like we did that
silly
one time.
Photo. Yeah. So
maybe big man and his son kind of thing.
I think basically just in Airsoft, it's like what you were talking about. It's like you have the SSP-1. It works great. You don't have a lot of mags for it, but it performs super well, right?
Yeah.
But it's like there's something different about drawing a Glock. You know what I'm saying? Or drawing a Smith & Wesson. Like,
I'd feel a little bit more confident drawing a Glock, I feel like.
Yeah,
actually,
it's like something about getting those replicas that are like, oh, this is made it to be like a real whatever, you know?
The other thing that I'm realizing too is that the way that the SSP-1 feels in the hand is, it feels weird. Honestly, it feels a bit too chunky for me.
I have huge hands.
You have massive hands. I got a little. I don't know if I would even call these regular sized hands.
I mean, my hands are like when I go to up to those like Universal and City Walk, the NBA basketballs with all the famous player handprints. I go up and it's like, oh, almost the same size. It's like people go up and like, whoa, how is someone's hand this big? And I'm like, oh, I'm just like high fiving myself.
Right. Dude, my dad has massive hands. He can palm a NBA regulation basketball. It's actually nuts.
That's insane. I've done it once.
He used to like palm my brother and I by the head and then pick us up. Yeah, put us places.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that's terrifying.
It is.
That's like I don't know. That makes me feel like that's like dinosaur activity.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Loved it. So yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like it'll be nice with the Glock. But yeah, I mean that's all I've got for my stuff.
Nothing else. I'm excited.
I ain't got no more upgrades.
I'm excited. We're gonna have a good year. It's gonna be a good year. We're gonna have a lot of airsoft.
I got overalls and I'm gonna start wearing them for airsoft, dude.
Yeah, dude. I've already dedicated some Christmas money to getting some more.
It's the way of the future. I'm telling you guys.
Never owned anything more comfortable in
buy
my life.
overalls. It's like
the Dickies insulated overalls are the most comfortable thing I've ever owned.
I'm gonna be like the people that your parents used to listen to back in the early 2000s that were telling them buy gold right now, and they did it, and it's worth a ton of money.
Yeah,
buy gold. Buy overalls.
Yeah, buy overalls now.
But I mean, buy gold too, but buy overalls.
Well, all right, I'm going to close this out.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate everyone who tunes in to listen to this podcast.
I thought you were
this
dude,
podcast.
Can we get one censor in this? Can we get one censor in this?
No, dude, it can't be for me. It can't be for me, dude.
Oh,
it was going to be
funny.
one of us.
Dude, that'd have been good.
Dude, what if I did drop one day?
just out of the
blue.
Funny. Thanks for listening to this right here, man.
All right. Well, for real, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like the content, be sure to check back every Friday for new episodes of the Port City Podcast, as well as twice a month for other YouTube videos. We've been a little bit behind on posting those lately because of all the traveling we've been doing, but we are going to be getting back into that soon. Make sure to check us out on social media. We have Instagram and Reddit and everything, as well as our merch store with new items freshly added this Christmas season. You can find all of that information in the description down below. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. But most importantly,
go play Airsoft.
You guys can't see, but we're doing the
we're leaving
doing
now.
The staple
we're getting away.
Stand up, walk away.
Leaving now.
I'll just animate our photos to like scoot off screen.
We're walking off.